Yo, what's up, man?
All right, DJ, let's get some shots up. Here's what we're gonna do.
Pretend that never happened and get at it again next time.
Next time, man. Next time.
Hey, man.
All right, DJ, let's get everyone over here and get started.
Focus!
Come on, dog.
Keep... Keep playing like that, you'll win half and you'll lose half. Either way, it needs work.
I love how they be like great in these drills and shit.
All right, DJ, let's get everyone over here and get started.
I don't know how you can have one well-defended play and I had 4 blocks. That means I had 5 well-defended plays. Come on, yeah, fuck out of here, bro. Did that not count?
All day, DJ.
Oh. Damn, that ass fucking move. He don't got no moves like that. Get the fuck out of here, boy.
Okay, keep it moving, fellas. Come on now.
Man, so they don't count that block either, huh? But they did count that block. This is funny as shit.
Cool. And finally, if you were to...
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA on 2K Sports, Ernie Johnson with colleagues Shaq and Ken Smith. Moments away in Boston, it'll be the Celtics going up against the Los Angeles Lakers. For the Lakers, they come in off a win in their last game against the Pacers. That game was a dominant performance. Always nice to win one going away, but it's just one game, and they'll be ready to go tonight. And we'll be watching the big man Brook Lopez in action tonight. Seems wherever he takes the floor, you can always count on him to give you about 20. How great is that to have from your starting center, Kenny?
Well, it's dependable points from any position is huge, but from your center position, I think that actually increases because they can draw fouls. Only few positions in the game can actually draw fouls, and the big guys are one.
Well, I like that Lopez doesn't need a lot of touches to get 20 points. That just shows me he's super efficient right there.
Yeah, Kevin Harlan's got the call, and we will see you later.
what's good, man?
You alright?
Dragging, bro. I'm exhausted.
Dragging for what?
It's the middle of the season, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get the energy up.
Oh, come on, man. You know this is a grind. You
Yeah,
to play
I
the
know.
game you love. Come on,
I know.
man.
You right. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
you better be ready tonight. I'm coming with it.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, you just motivated me. I'm coming for you.
Bet.
Me and this nigga not the same height, bro.
I never wanna waste your time. My life, so precious. It's yours, it's mine. And look at the time. My God, so precious. It's yours, it's mine.
It's the Lakers, and they're doing business on the road. It's an interconference NBA matchup. Welcome to 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. Hi, this is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and our sideline reporter is the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. And wouldn't you know it, our good friend KG, Kevin Garnett, has come by to say hello and join us. Kevin, great to see you.
K-Hall, what's up, man? How you doing, man?
I'm glad you're here.
It's good to see you, man.
You ready to go?
Oh, I'm always ready. What's up?
All right. The Celtics are looking to grab one here for the home fans in Boston before heading out on the road. This game's going to be a challenge for them. Facing one of the top-tier teams in the league, they'll have to be at their best to steal a win here.
And it's in your DNA. You come up against a natural rival, you're going to be a little bit salty.
You know, that's what makes these games great. I mean, no love lost between these two squads. It's great competition.
Now it's sent it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, guys, Luke Walton played 10 seasons in the NBA, but it wasn't until near the end in 2011 that he started to consider coaching. Walton says, I never thought about it until I hurt my back. Now, while he was out of action, Phil Jackson invited him to sit in on the coaches' meetings. Walton said, I realized that I like that side of the game. Kevin, he succeeded Phil Jackson as head coach of the Lakers. Back to you.
It definitely did, David. He won titles when he played for the Lakers. Now he'll try to bring that winning mindset back to L.A. Kevin, we see some coaches get extremely emotional on the sideline. Others take a more even-keeled approach, more calm on the sideline. Which coaching style would you...
Whoa, 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 whoa.
prefer to play for when you were in your prime?
Why the fuck?
Did you want to coach who was
Julius Randle
just kind of settle on the side?
You know what? I like to coach that
Are they serious?
You know, I like to think that great coaches are going to be able to coach you in practice, and then during the games, you know,
that whole thing just threw me off. Why the fuck is he the starting three? What the fuck is he doing?
Coaches that have vision, coaches that understand the game, understand that this is a game of runs, know that it's a game of momentum, and have plays for those momentums in those times. Coaches that I've always gravitated to and understood that they...
Like Doc was kind of in between. What, a little bit of emotion, but he could also have a calm demeanor on that side.
Doc was on fire, I'm sorry. There was nothing calming about Doc.
Cover Doc's back here.
No, shout out to Doc. Doc would rip your head off if you wasn't supposed to. But you know what? You need to play with that edge. You needed to know that if you wasn't in your spot, 1 through 15, you understood that you were supposed to be there. And it's good to play with that. I think that you don't want to be out there playing like, this is no big deal. Every play is a big deal. And no play, absolutely. And you know what? That severity, and you play with that importance, and knowing that you're playing for the next guy. So, that's important.
And now the Lakers starting group, all out there with Wells. Then it's Randall. Then there's Towns, and it's Chetman in at the four-man position.
But why the fuck am I at the four? Like, what are you doing? Are you serious?
It's a 5-point game. The Lakers beat them last time when these two teams met in Los Angeles.
And really a resounding loss the last time they matched up. They got absolutely manhandled on the boards.
And Greg, you know how it is. At some point, you just got to man up and play with a lot more aggressiveness and toughness and pride inside.
The Lakers with a quick start to this game. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Away from home, you got to execute. And they did that flawlessly.
And that's what it comes down to, execution, especially when you're on the road. Can you follow your game plan? I thought they were awesome in that game.
Irving dishes to Hayward. They set the screen. Pass to Yabusele. Well, the fans out there watching this, Kev, can you talk about why it's so incredibly difficult to win an NBA title, to become a champion? Why is it such a tough process?
Well, just imagine having a goal and you're not pursuing the goal by yourself. Say you and somebody else.
Relying on somebody else.
Relying on somebody else, okay? So let's just say you and someone are doing something, to walking up the hill. Y'all getting ready to go walk up the hill. Well, the speed in which you want to walk at might be different from the other person. And what you realize about when you're trying to reach any goal is that you have to be connected. You have to be understanding of, we're going to walk up it together like at this speed, like this. We're going fast, we're going slow. It has to be a great level of communication and understanding. At the same time, you have to have the same work ethic, because you have to understand you're together. And you don't get to go at this level and leave someone behind. You have to actually pull them.
So far, so good. I guess it's working.
All of this goes into trying to win.
It sure does. That's right. Kevin, you were always known as wanting to play and always wanting to practice. You were a gym rat. What did you do when a coach would ask you maybe to take a break? Let's sit out this game. Let's rest up. Did you welcome that? Would you just say, I'll let you know when I can't go? How would you handle that situation?
You know what? I've always asked the coach to respect the way I get ready for games. I've always asked them to respect the way I approach the game. I've always asked the coach to respect me and my expertise of knowing my body. I'm very, very vocal. Listen, if one person needs rest, and it's me, I know how to raise my hand. I know how to say I need some rest. But, I'm a person who likes to push through a lot of things. I'm a person who understands rest, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I'm a person who understands that practice makes perfect. And if I can work on something for as long as I can to make something better, because I know at the end when I need it, especially when I'm down, I used to call it dial up. When I call, I need the answer.
And Kevin, your last couple of years, you got to mentor some young players. Carl Anthony Towns comes to mind. How good do you think he can be?
Cat is the next. He is what I call the next of the next. Yes, he has the pedigree. He has the work ethic. He has the IQ. Most importantly, the desire. When you talk about...
you can't throw that there. Don't you see him in front of me, bro?
The players know history. He understands history. He's been here before.
Come on, bro.
In his high school years, he's always wanted to be an anchor. He's always wanted to be a very informative person. He looks for knowledge. He seeks a lot of knowledge. He wants to know what he's up against as far as history. Who am I chasing? What's his number? How many rebounds did he get? What did he do his rookie year? That's what's driving him.
Kevin, growing up watching the game of basketball, who were some of your earliest influences?
My early influences in the game of basketball was Magic Johnson, obviously Michael Jordan, and then Chris Webber. Chris Webber and Malik Sealy was kind of like the younger generation of my inspiration. Yeah. St. John's was one of the destinations. Michigan was one of my college destinations. So those guys were my natural inspirations early on when I was young.
KG, you're retired from the game now, and you're stepping into the broadcast business a little bit now, aren't you?
You see me? You know what? Area 21 is something that is authentic. It's me. I'm having a great time watching the games. It's really cool being a fan now. I can root for people I want to root for. I don't have to worry about prepared and who I'm a guard, and I'm getting the tea. So you know what? It's a great time. It's work. It's not just you go on there and you have a bunch of fun. We actually get some things done, but we have a great time.
Now you want to switch?
Listen,
come on, Sammy. You gotta look.
Man, the great rest in peace to Craig. Ernie, Charles, all these great influences, man, has definitely helped. Not just me, but our younger generations of broadcasters, man. It's totally. I didn't see this being my lane, but I'm having fun with it.
Doing a great job. And Kevin, there was such a whirlwind around your trade to the Celtics from the Timberwolves. What were your thoughts and emotions at that time?
You know what? Being in Minnesota at the time, it was very difficult for me. I didn't necessarily want to leave. I had a goal to bring the city a championship, and I felt like I could do that. Nothing worse than when you have to deal with the reality of change. I'm not the one for change, even though I do know in order to process or progress better, you have to embrace some change. So with the help of my friends from Chauncey Billups, Toronto, I sat and I thought through who have been through the trade process and talking to me, getting me to understand my options. And once I understood all my options, then I just, it was about what was best for me and my family.
Wow, there's a lot to consider. Can't hit the corner three. Los Angeles leading by 11. Here's Chapman. coming off a solid outing against Indiana. And the dunk by Towns.
Come on, this is a big guy here, Towns. I mean, you got to foul him a lot harder than that to stop the shot. I mean, he's just too strong. Now he gets a chance to add one more at the line.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
And Kev, you had a voice in where you'd go from Minnesota. How did all that play out?
I sat with my wife, and we all kind of went through it and thought Boston was the best situation. Paul and I had great bones and great history that I don't think the world really knew. We have been knowing each other since 14, 15. I played with each other younger, and I had a chance to play with Cole, but that really didn't go through. A lot of people don't know I had a chance to play with Steve Nash also, but I wanted to play with Stoudemire, and that wasn't the case. So I decided to go to Boston. Ray and I knew each other from South Carolina. And then, the Rondo piece was a huge piece for me. I followed the youngster in his first year, just watched his growth a little bit, even though I was in the Western Conference. And then when I got to Boston, I knew they had good pieces like Kendrick Perkins and Tony Allen. I wasn't aware of the big baby piece yet. And then I wasn't sure on the Posey part. And then all of a sudden it started to come together, Eddie House and all this. And,
great names.
I mean, just all alphas, all guys able to stand up and speak for themselves and be articulate, and all different facets, and very similar facets of who we are personality-wise. And a lot of people just don't know that team there. I don't think another coach could have coached that team other than Doc Rivers.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Marcus Morris is checked in for Yabusele. Tatum comes in for Gordon Hayward. And it's Brown in for Smart. One of the biggest moments of your career, the 2008 championship with the Boston Celtics. Talk about the camaraderie among that group of players.
Kev, I can tell right away that we had something special getting together right in September, right before the year started. We started working out together. We started sharing concepts and how we saw the game. Right away, I could tell that the appetite was there. 1 through 15 guys. It's very rare that you're able to get that many guys in that early. As soon as Danny, signed guys, we were in, we were lifting, we was just, around each other, understanding each other, playing a lot. We was playing a lot. Then, fortunately, we was able to go off to Rome that year. Rome was a good distraction for us because we had to lean on one another.
Bond a little bit.
Seriously, because, none of us spoke Italian. We wanted to go somewhere. We was always 3-4 deep, and no one was asking, no one was telling us to be.
Why are they scorching me so much?
So much that whenever you saw us to the rest, it was 9 of us. That carried over to practice. Then we got 2 teams that are very competitive. Doc's letting us be who we want to be, and letting us play with passion, and our practices are over the top aggressive and to the point where it's too competitive to where he has to come in and separate.
What is up?
Take the balls and cut the lights out and get us out of here. To the point where he just lets us go. Now we start bringing concepts to him. He started trusting our IQs. Now we start putting a couple of things on defense. Thibodeau's in there. He's implementing stuff. When this flow is going like this, you don't know that
young boy, I know about that pull-up. Young boy, I'm watching you.
That's how that felt.
They've been beating them to a lot of
I know about that pull-up. You feel me?
Rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half
I know that shit on the beam. It's about to be on 0 fucking with me, though. Just like your number. What I just told your man.
Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
That's right. Go get that. Now, go get that.
And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
A top-notch post game. It's just one of the ways Horford helps his team. One of the more important ways, though, is because he's a tough matchup down low.
And people may not know, KG, that you're not just a broadcaster for 2K, but you're a member of the 2K community.
Trying to let me score.
Oh, yeah, very much so.
Man, listen,
that's how y'all crowd the paint, but it ain't gonna work too much.
I'm Jizzle Lord, y'all know what it is. I'm Jizzle Lord 5. Shout to my OBF team, y'all know what it is. Shout to Dex, shout to Bug, shout to everybody out there playing. Right, we definitely.
Wow.
It's all good. I'm OBF, I'm about the team, I'm gang, you know what it is. Jizzle Lord, y'all holler at me, y'all know what it is, 2K. Right.
Kevin, especially back in Minnesota, you have some Hall of Fame battles with a guy named Tim Duncan. Talk about what those games, what those matchups were like.
Timmy, man. Timmy's very crafty, man. Our battles used to be just, especially as young guys, man. Young guys trying to establish themselves in a gritty league at the time, full of some older, dominant names at the time. Michael Jordan, Elijah Malone. You know, the time where the forward position was a very, very tough position. Timmy
some pressure on him.
Was one of them ones where he used angles very well. He was very long. Had a lot of counters, very strong, and had an inner beast that people really didn't really talk about because you didn't really necessarily hear or see it. But man, he was one of the best, man. It's not by coincidence. He's one of the ones.
Kicks to well. Kevin, of all the people you faced, who's the toughest guy for you to score against? Down low, let's pick that shot. Who was the toughest to score against down there?
Listen, I know a lot of people have always said Rasheed.
Yeah, but I tell you, boy, I know about that pull-up, boy.
A different level of play out of me, but shout to Cliff Robinson, man. Cliff Robinson, I don't know if people know this, but Cliff Robinson, man. Cliff Robinson was one of the better defenders in the post. He was very strong, he was very long. He didn't go for any counters. He was very disciplined. He was well prepared.
They are like waiting on my shot right now.
Touching and grabbing. He knew when to be physical in some positions. He knew to do what we call work early. He would meet you at the three-point line, and he would be fighting you, and you would post up probably like a step outside the three-point line. He was really good at some of his techniques and how he was able to control the post. After Cliff left the game, I watched a lot of his tape, and I took a lot of his. I had to because it was so effective against me that I was able to use it against other post players on the defensive end.
I never knew that story.
Dennis Rodman was another guy I watched a lot. Akeem Olajuwon I watched a lot because these guys were laterally very similar to my makeup. Akeem Olajuwon was long. He was able to laterally move with you. I was laterally able to move with guards and able to laterally slide with some of the forwards and some of the more laterally gifted power forwards. And with that, able to get my feet together, being able to block shots, challenge the rim, stuff like that. Things that, if you're going to get better at something, you got to go and reach and find.
Let's go!
You were taking it in, I was able to apply it, and I did those things.
And shut me out for long, baby. Fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And Stevenson's checked in for Boston. Celtics trail by 11. Picked by Horford, and they call an illegal screen here.
And that's a tough one, but on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the
Horford's my next target.
Those are facts, man.
Pairing with me and Carl Anthony Towns, so we got
the refs are going to
all Dominican front court.
50 seconds left to play in the first. And he comes it down.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
Tone setting, that's what I call it. Grabbing this one by the throat early on and then squeezing it hard.
Moore is a screen. Brown with it. Now guarded by Ingram. Brown the pass to Tatum. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Tatum used to getting hit while he's shooting. I mean, he absorbs it like you would expect a pro to, and powers right through that contact. He's been turned up this quarter, showing a lot of confidence and sinking a lot of his shots.
The Lakers have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
Get in there.
One shot.
Look at his face.
Here's Brown. He had 16 points in the win against Milwaukee.
And also 3 steals. So he showed some grit and determination on the defensive side.
There's a screen. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Man, Stevenson fucking up.
Here's Jackson. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's Chapman. And so it's Los Angeles with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. We come back right after this. We caught up with Kyrie Irving earlier, and he talked a little bit about expectations for himself and his teammates.
We expect so much out of each other every single night, and the team is going to go as hard as we go, as well as the other pieces that we have on the team. But we have to control it from a standpoint that we have to play off each other.
Kyrie reminding us that it's not just the expectations of the fans and the media, but also, perhaps the most demanding of all, are the expectations they've got for each other.
Oh yeah. They're constantly trying to manage expectations while still demanding the best from one another. And I got to tell you, it's fun to watch.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And guys, the Lakers are pretty much in control here.
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
Greg, I love watching this team get after it on defense. I mean, they play with a bit of edge and nastiness.
Tatum out there with Morris. Then there's Brown. Then it's Lance Stevenson. That's the Boston Five. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey guys, the captain in the last game against the Pacers was terrific. He scored 40 points and also found a lot of open guys with a high assist total. When you look at the stat sheet, he was mind-blowing. It's hard to imagine he can follow it up tonight with that same level of production. Kevin, we'll see.
All right, David, thank you, guys. Could you believe that performance? Wow.
I mean, it was really something to see. I mean, he showed everybody just how special he is when he is on his game.
Greg, something really stoked his fire. Man, there was no holding him back. And when a player is that locked in, you just got to sit back and enjoy the ride.
It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Regular season grind, 82 games in the regular season in Europe.
Those are the best shot selection. You can trust it.
Player, would you
That's
like
my
to see
shot.
the schedule shortened where there's more practice in between, more days of rest, more days to recuperate?
Man, look.
You got a big smile on your face.
For the old school, Kev, 82 games is how you got to come through it. This is, listen.
It's a war, isn't it?
It is. And you know what? This is the tradition of it, man. This is what it is, bro. If you don't want to go through this and go through this hall and this road of this journey, then cool. Go to another league. They got shorter games. They got other awards that you can, This is the NBA. This is what it is. This is the grind of it. And ones that have come before you have done it, just like the ones that's after you is going to do it. This is what it is.
Pass the opposite. Oh, good on the three.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
Kevin, we've all seen the evolution of the perimeter-style offense. Do you think it'll ever go so far that we'll see the game come back to an inside-oriented offensive scheme?
I think right now that with pace being the way it is now, Kev, I don't see it necessarily going through or going back through playing through the post. Although you have to have an alternative. I think that you just can't be all three-pointers and layups. I think you have to have a constant flow of inside-outside. I think it helps to have a post player. I think having a post player or a true post player that's scoring down in the middle opens up threes and opens up ball movement.
You played during the transition, too, didn't you? From grinding outside the game inside to spacing that we had.
I did, and I'd like to say that, Doc Rivers started the small ball, and, we were very, very keen on the small ball. So I think in today's game, you got to be able to shoot the three now and be able to handle the ball and put the ball on the floor and make decisions. So it shows that the game is transformed.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
When we miss a shot.
And when you watch Marcus Smart, you can see just how strong he can be on the defensive end.
We need a substitution. Come on, Luke.
He is such an impactful defender.
Marcus Smart, he rarely gambles.
So you don't like that. Maintaining.
Celtics trail by 9. Irving kicks to Hayward.
Ooh.
In the corner, Horford with it.
It's a crazy move, man.
Outside Irving.
And then go live.
Morris outside. Horford with a screen on Towns. Here's Morris, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. That's on Adrian Payne. For Boston, they have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
Yeah, and of course, Marcus with a twin brother, Markieff, went to college together, played in the pros together. You'll have a hard time finding a closer pair of siblings.
And the Lakers making a change here. Lopez is checked in. Pass to Payne. Here's Chapman. 6 on the shot clock. Trying to get back on track. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. That's on Jaylen Brown. Los Angeles, they have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department. That's good from Chapman. Celtics trail by 10. Irving dishes to Brown. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
They set the pick. There's the pass to Chapman. He kicks it to ball. Just 5 on the clock. A wide open look here for Lopez. Sinks the 3-pointer. Lopez has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And KJ, I have to say, a pleasure to have you with us here tonight, providing your great insight and intellect into these broadcasts. Thanks so much for being with us on the show, and I hope you come by again.
Yeah, Jay Hall, anytime you need me, man, you let me know. You know what it is.
The great, the champion, Kevin Garnett. Always fun to have Kevin Garnett on the set mark. You can tell he was in high spirits as usual. Have to respect his continued zeal for the game.
Yeah, he's never lacked for passion or zeal. It's been part of what's made him such a great player, a Hall of Famer in the future. And I don't think that's ever going away. I mean, he's really a kid at heart, and he played the game that way, which was a pleasure to watch. And, man, it's been really cool seeing him do what he did as an NBA player and actually giving back to some of the younger guys that are coming up in the league now.
Good deep ball.
Stolen.
Yeah, good deep ball.
Now the Lakers
That's
on the
you
break.
all the way.
Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Well, I really like the way he's stroking the ball. I mean, knocking down a bunch of his shots and really being efficient.
Outside Irving. Shoots over ball. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. 16 points for Kyrie Irving.
And the mid-range shot of Irving is impressive. He has wonderful form with that shot.
And so it's Los Angeles with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. From beyond the arc, they've been absolutely tremendous. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, your scoring has been big in the first half, but also rebounding has been huge. What's allowed you to have such an impact?
I think everyone on the floor has been doing a great job of boxing out and finishing defensive stops. The ball just happens to be bouncing my way, so, I get credit for the rebound, but as a team, I'm really happy with the way we're bodying up.
Well, you guys are all doing it together. Thank you. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. The second half beginning in just a moment. You know, the captain has been exceptional here, guys.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where he is on the floor either, Greg. He's making it look very easy. He's looking to score the ball.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So the Lakers 5 right now. We've got Randall, the captain, out there with Towns, and there's Wells, and it's Ball in at the 1. In the post, Clark, you were as polished as they come. I watched it with my own eyes and love the way you play. Just how important, when you go back to that time, is footwork for a big man in the NBA?
Well, I think it's everything, regardless of what size you are, big or small. Fundamentally sound footwork is essential to being a solid offensive basketball player. And he was a guy who played inside and out. It was something I took pride in, and I wasn't the greatest athlete, a decent athlete, so my footwork allowed me to gain an advantage against bigger guys.
See the 3, I'm a fucking fool.
Here's Chapman. Now the feed the ball. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Lock at 6. Chapman the pass to Towns.
I don't need you to act like you want to post the fuck up.
Got a lot of room. And yes, it's good. Smart's got 8 points.
A nice run they put together here to bring it a little closer.
Yeah, they got hot. I didn't think I'd be saying this a little while ago, but now this game's up for grabs.
And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Feeds it to Smart. They get a hand on it. Over to the left wing. Nice shot by Yabusele.
The ball you gotta do has been fantastic. And it's a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Is he serious right now?
Here's Wells. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. 17 points in the game.
Hey, Wells is simply
oh my God, come on, y'all. What are y'all like?
Really
y'all want to give the game away.
Shooting off the catch.
Here's the
there you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Miss of the second half. They've come out
right back, big baby. Right back.
By Towns.
Tremendous combination of power and finesse there. I mean, once Towns gets to the rim, it's a wrap.
Celtics trail by 6. Smart puts the pick in for Irving. Shoots over Wells.
You see all that.
Quite enough under that one.
Yeah, it's time for us to play a little good thing right back.
The second half, developing a nice rhythm out.
Come on, ball. Go to the 3-point line, baby. What are you doing?
Kevin, Celtics coach Brad Stevens is known for getting the best out of his players. He said every NBA player has an elite strength. Some of them have 10 of them. Those guys are the very best in the league, right? But every one of them is here for a reason. There are times when you can really soar with that skill. Kevin?
And that's why Stevens is already one of the best coaches in the league, David. You've talked about him for a long time, getting maximum results from every one of his players. Towns, the screen, fires the 3. And a shot by Wells, no good.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen, got in the space he needed, but he bricked it.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Yeah, I like the quick release, Greg. He does a nice job getting it up quickly, especially when he's facing a bigger defender.
Ball kicks to Towns. Pass to Chapman. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. 21 points for the captain.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
It's good. 20 points for Kyrie Irving.
And Irving is super aggressive on offense, constantly looking to shoot the ball. I love his mentality.
Here's Chapman, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2.
You want to do it? We can do it. You can match up.
Breathe a sigh of relief this summer.
But it's going to be bucket for bucket, and I'm going to stay in the league.
That had a greater than 50-50 chance of falling to the 76ers.
And you know what, Kevin? That's a huge boost for the franchise drafting Lonzo Ball. They kept their pick, but that means they will lose their 2018 pick. No upside to losing games this season. They're going all in.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
That's good from Chapman, and some changes here for the Celtics. Tatum comes in for Al Horford, and Lance Stevenson subbed in for Irving. And the Lakers also making a switch. Ingram's checked in. Free throws good from Chapman. Clark, in your rookie season in the NBA, did you ever have a welcome to the NBA moment? You know, a play or a sequence where you were brutally introduced to how unforgiving the NBA can truly be?
Yeah, how about my first night out? Spencer Haywood ran me in circles, and I shot 2 for 17, scored 6 or 8 points, and he was in my head from the very beginning. Thankfully, the Pacers won that game because it was a forgettable night other than that. But Spencer Haywood, even to this day, when I bump into him, reminds me of how he disrupted me and distracted me in that first game of my rookie season. Tell you what, Kevin, it would be helpful if he would start to contribute a little more on offense, because when he's missing, it makes it really hard for this team.
There's a screen. Oh, the jam by Ingram.
6'9", with that wingspan of his, Ingram is constantly prowling for these dunks. He's an incredible athlete who finishes with ease near the hoop.
And that replay sponsored by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment, giving us an excellent perspective on the play.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot.
And one.
Down as the whistle blows, a 3-point play chance.
I don't think.
Not surprised at all.
You know who I am.
And scoring points in bunches.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Los.
So far for Los Angeles.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
I've been impressed with how well they penetrated tonight, too.
Celtics trail by 8. Towns with the steal. And here we go. Towns has got it. Fires the 3.
We off and running.
7 field goals
and gunning.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Now a timeout called by Boston. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes, and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Now here's Smart. He's got 11. Abusele passes to Tatum. Wells grabs the miss.
Missed that because
Wells has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough. But
man, come on, bumping with Tatum and shit, man. Trying to get that block.
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
Hey, young boy.
Brilliant throwdown.
Exercising his authority.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Tatum. In the corner, it's Hayward. That ball, high speed that time from Stevenson. And it's 13 points for Gordon Hayward.
You can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Chapman the basketball. Dishes to Well. He feeds it to Ball. Towns the screen. Just 5 to shoot. It's tipped, and it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. And let's take a look at their players contending for a spot in the dunk contest this year. Each and every one of these guys can do amazing things around the bucket.
And they will. I guarantee you that we're going to see things in this year's contest that we've never seen before. Those fellas have some tricks up their sleeve for sure.
Well, you look at the captain. Some might say he's a long shot at this point, but you never know.
Hey, stranger things have happened, and we'll just have to wait and see.
So there you go. And as it's looking, this year's dunk contest is shaping up to be a fantastic competition. We'll keep you updated on the voting.
No doubt it's going to be a good one, Kevin. We've got players on that list who'll do things that you didn't even think were possible.
Watching Jason Tatum, it's hard to find many faults in his game, Greg. He's strong inside and out and plays both ends of the floor equally well.
Yeah, kind of a jack of all trades, right? And master of none. He does everything reasonably well on the basketball floor, just doesn't do anything great. Having said that, though, Tatum is one of those guys that I think improves the overall IQ of your team, and terrific size at his position.
Chapman the pass to
like, why is you not diving? I'm trying to tell him to dive.
Out to the right wing. Gets it to go.
Like, come on.
Beyond the arc. Wells has got 9 points now in the quarter.
He's absolutely killing it from outside.
Stevenson outside. Shot off the screen. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Chapman's got 7 rebounds in the game.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Lopez has screen on Morris. Wells dishes to Lopez.
See, that's why I need to go get the ball.
From the top of the key, he buries it. Stevenson's got his first points of the game.
Get the fucking ball, man.
Lakers leading by 4. Here's Chapman. 26 points for him. It's stolen by Morris. Brown outside. Shoots over Wells, and he overshot that one, missing.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
The dish to Ball. Here's Chapman. He's guarded by Stevenson. Chapman shot is off.
What are you doing?
So Brown kicks to Tatum. Rebound the Lakers. Chapman's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. LA has gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. To the middle. And taken away by Brown. Down low. Lopez with the steal. Here's Chapman. Right through.
And guys got careless with the ball there.
Stop fucking bullshitting.
Leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And the Celtics making a change here. Irving's checked in. Larry Nance has checked in for Los Angeles. Timeout called the Lakers. And Clark, some great players who can score no matter the situation. With that in mind, who do you think are some of the best finishers right now in a congested lane and in a lot of traffic?
Well, there's only one guy on this list for me. I've never seen anybody do the contorting and the finishing from multiple angles against all size of defender that Kyrie Irving does. He is head and shoulders above any other finisher in the league, in my opinion. Nobody has done it like that guy does.
That's good from Chapman.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Game up again, Lonzo. Game up again, Lonzo.
Line jump shot. No good on that one.
Baby.
And it's the Lakers the other way. He dishes it the ball. Kicks it to Lopez. Now, here's ball. Covered by Irving. Over to the wing. Pocket 4. And Wells the bucket on the assist by Ball. Wells has got 12 points here in the second half.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Game up again, Lonzo. Game up again, Lonzo. You got it.
Irving.
Yeah, there we go. Look at Brooks.
See Lopez tracking that shot the whole way. Nice awareness from him and terrific projection as well.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Here's the screen. Irving passes to Tatum. Here's Yabusele. Sinks the triple. Yabusele's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, I like how Tatum surveys the floor. Great at looking for his teammates, especially when they're open.
Here's Chapman. He's got 29 points. And it's Ball in the corner. A three-pointer off the mark. So the Los Angeles Lakers in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We've got more in store for you right after this. And meanwhile, Coach Brad Stevens talking to his team.
Okay, hey, bottom line is, good things are going to happen, bad things are happening. How you respond is the biggest key. Let's go.
And Brad Stevens moments ago focusing on the Edwards check in for Boston. Smart comes in for Brown. The Lakers also making some changes. Towns comes in for Brook Lopez. And the captain subbed in for Nance. Horford is out there with Tatum. Then there's Smart. And there's Rookie. And it's Hayward in at the small forward. That's the Boston 5.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
And I really like the uniqueness of Al Horford's game. I mean, he's a big man with a versatile skill set. He makes threes. He can score inside. He defends. He's a guy that is an inside-out matchup problem for most.
Irving with it. Picked by Horford. Charity strike shot. Irving can't hit.
Boy, they ran the offense well to get this look. Even though he missed it, I think they liked the shot.
And it's Ball in the corner. Pass to Randall. Over Irving. Again, Los Angeles.
That's a nice move by Randall. That's the area where he likes to work most.
Celtics trail by 12.
Got one in this way.
And here's Irving. Picked by Horford.
Screen roll. Stay there.
With the teardrop. And Irving with the lay-in. Good. Irving's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Nice looking floater there, Kevin. Such a fast shot, a quick release. Really hard to guard that.
Power down with both hands.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
Well, Greg, it was the exact same kind of offensive showcase for him in their last game, too. When it happens this often, that's not a pattern. That's a characteristic.
That doesn't go in either for Irving. Passes it the ball. Shot from 16. Rebound by the Celtics.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track. And the offense has just operated really smoothly here in the open floor.
Yeah, and for them to reduce the lead, they should keep the pace brisk. I mean, that's how they've generated the highest quality shots.
Here's Towns. He gets that one. And the Lakers lead by 12.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Hayward dishes to Irving. Again, Irving missing.
You can't seem to find the range here in the second. He did a great job in the first, hitting 3 from outside.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Hayward kicks to Irving. Back to Hayward. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Wells misses off the right eye.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Here's Smart. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 4 assists now tonight.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
Here's Chapman.
Towns.
Now Ball. And there's the pass to Wells. And the 3 ball is good. Wells has got 10 points in the quarter.
I'll tell you, he's beating up the defense in this quarter, going right at him and scoring in a variety of ways.
Irving passes to Tatum. Hayward outside. Makes it off the glass. Hayward's got 12 points in just the second half.
And, you know, it's obvious he's a talented scorer. I mean, that's a given. A guy you can depend on to get it done in a lot of ways.
Well, it was the Boston Celtics winning their last game against the Bucks. Irving, good.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Yeah, I concur. I mean, definitely on the roll right now. Seems like everything he's throwing up is going down.
Here's Chapman, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Horford. And league expansion is something that simply won't leave the conversation in the NBA right now. Clark, do you think that the NBA adding another team or 2 is inevitable?
I don't think it's inevitable. As a matter of fact, I think we're at a good number where we are, Kevin. It's still the best league in the world, and I think you could dilute that a bit if you added teams. So I'm fine with where we are.
Good from Chapman. Yabusele, he's checked in for Tatum. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Ingram, he's checked in for Julius Randle. All 3 throws good from Chapman. Now here's Smart. A decent amount of time left as they try to find a way back into it.
Yeah, but it will be soon if they don't start cutting into this deficit.
He kicks to Irving. There's the feed to Horford. Horford double team.
Give it in. Want it. Feel in his face with it.
Tipped away. So it's the Celtics now. Clock at 2. And it's Irving missing.
Yeah, and that's been the story of the game. I mean, the rebounding has been very one-sided.
Yeah, and they've been on the winning end. I mean, effort is one thing you can always control in addition to attitude. I would credit this lead to force of will.
Here's Chapman. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
It was my fault for giving you away, though, man. My bad.
And he makes the first. And so he makes both from the line. Now a timeout called by Boston. Shammy Wells with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And he is absolutely dialed in from outside. They need to close out on him much quicker when he's lining up those threes.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, the captain.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. We've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Brad Stevens had to say to his team. He was begging them to step it up. He said, we've got to make the move now, or we're going to be out of time and out of luck. Give it everything you've got out there. Kevin?
Irving with a clean look. Good, and Smart gets the assist. It's 29 points for Kyrie Irving.
I love the three-point shooting of Irving. Excellent at dialing it in from deep, and you've got to respect his rank.
Here's Chapman. The rebound by Yabusele.
Great look, but he couldn't finish everything but is how we say that. Surprising since the defense was very pedestrian.
To say the least.
There's 1:40 left in the fourth quarter. They set the pick. Towns the screen. Wells passes to Chapman. Shot from 12. Second shot opportunity, and Towns finishes
now let me pass out that shot.
And the Lakers lead by 12.
Boy, the relentless nature of Towns snatches the offensive board, then converts it into points efficiently and effectively done.
Los Angeles has gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Ball with the bucket.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Los Angeles.
You know, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside. And that was working all game long.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-game.
I tell you what, Greg, no matter how brief it is, anytime you can get a season series sweep, you're happy.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for the captain.
Well, I thought he did a little bit of everything out there tonight, Kevin. I mean, notching the triple-double in style. He was a difference maker.
And leaving nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Exactly. Cold-blooded. Separation solidified. Great effort.
To end the run. No good from Irving. Here's the Lakers with the ball. 17-point lead, their biggest. Here's Chapman. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game, out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And chest now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Another triple-double tonight. So is this something you're planning to do all season?
You know, as often as I can. You know, I feel like when I'm able to contribute in multiple ways, the team is better off. Of course, there's no way that I'm able to get numbers without the help of my guys. So, you know, all credit should be sent their way. I felt, you know, we played a strong game tonight.
Well, you all did, but you led the way, so congratulations. Kevin?
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.